The city of Cordoba is a city with a production of near 2,500, 3,000 tons per day of municipal waste. And Inbiron was introduced in the reality of Cordoba from the hands of Mr. Williams of Cordoba, and from the beginning they have been talking of four projects. One is a project for the city of Cordoba. They have been talking about a gasification facility of 80 megawatts, and at the same time they presented, without consultation with authorities and citizens, a second proposal for Bower. This is a place where the municipality of Cordoba managed landfill during 28 years. This is a place with more than 12 million tons of waste. In the case of Bower, they presented a project quite summarized, like the same presented for the municipality of Cordoba, of 30 megawatts for the gasification facility. The number 3 was an initiative for the city of Rio Cuarto. It's also the province of Cordoba, in the southern area of Cordoba. In this case, the project was 20 megawatts of gasification facility. And finally, they presented project number 4. It's not exactly in this order, but this is for making a summary. Number 4, in the case of Villa Maria City, it was the smaller gasification facility. It was near 10 megawatts. And it is so important to mention that in Villa Maria, Inbiron was working jointly with an organization of the city for the management of the local landfill, and it was so bad, the administration of such landfill, that finally in June 2012 this agreement that permitted the management of this landfill was directly cancelled. Thus, this is, in a brief summary, which are the projects. It's important to note that never Inbiron received authorization from the Secretary of the Environment. We have a law. In fact, I have been the author of this law a lot of years ago. It's the environmental law of the province of Cordoba, and is mandatory, the environmental impact assessment. And we also have a mandatory statement for consultation to the public, but Inbiron never obtained an authorization for none of the plants. That means no authorization for the plant in Cordoba City, no authorization for the plant in Bower, no authorization for the plant in Rio Cuarto, and no authorization for the plant in Villa Maria. This very strange thing, and it was a matter of discussion in most of the media in Cordoba and even in Argentina, was that the company Inbiron included these 4 projects with a small, little summary in their web page. In the web page of the company, but I insist not having having any kind of authorization from the government.
Okay, so I think we'll go ahead and open it up for questions now. Nobody has any questions?
Did they have any patents that they were relying on in order to build these plants that they asked for approval with the authorities?
Sorry, can you repeat, because it was
Okay. Yes.
not too clear the sound.
Did they use any patents from the U.S. Patent Office that they showed as far as gaining approval to build these plants?
So in fact, all the procedures was, of course, solely made in Argentina, vis-à-vis the 4 pseudo projects. It was not really project. But it's interesting to note that the mayor of the city of Córdoba and even some people working in the municipality, they went to the United States, for visiting plants supposedly managed by Environ. Among the participants of the trip was a journalist of the La Voz del Interior newspaper. It is one of the most important papers in Argentina. And the result of this trip was more confusion, because the journalists published in the newspaper that they never had access to a plant similar to those proposed for Córdoba, that they never make a contact with a premise in the United States with the characteristics or the pattern of the small projects they presented. I speak of small projects because it was not a long and in-depth proposal. It was like executive summaries. It was brief comments, brief data, brief information. This is the solely contact that happened between Córdoba and between some places in United States, followed by a further contact of the journal del Interior with authorities in the States, and some of the authorities they contacted, they ensured to the newspapers in Córdoba that the company, in this case Environ, in at least one case, even if the company mentioned it, they had a municipal authorization in the state. The authority of the environmental body told to the media in Argentina that in fact Environ don't have this authorization. And the important thing maybe for people in the state is that after the trip of the mayor to the United States, and also after the big discussion in the media, because it was a discussion without real projects and without authorization, finally the municipality of Córdoba discarded the project. And concerning the remaining sites, they never began officially talks. That means that I don't know which is exactly the word in English, but it was really a theoretical thing, because we never identified in the administration of Rio Cuarto in Bower and in Villa Maria, presentation of in-depth projects or request of authorizations.
If someone else has a question, you can go ahead.
Does everybody know who he is?
Mm-hmm.
On the landfill, how was the landfill mismanaged?
In Cordova, the idea that had immigrants when they contacted the municipality was to manage fresh waste in a new location. And at the same time, in a parallel way, they tried to include, as part of the project, the Bower. Bower is located near 20 kilometers from the city of Córdoba. And in this place, they had 12 million tons of waste that have been accumulated during 28 years until 2010. Thus, they managed the two sites. One is a new site for the receiving of waste, and the old landfill of Bower. It's interesting to mention, vis-a-vis your question, that when the place, the site for the location of the landfill and the plant, it was in Toledo. It was really a very strong social reaction, and this was from the beginning. The municipality of Córdoba told to citizens through media that they had no intention to put the landfill and eventually the plant in such location. But the idea of idea, because it was never a project, solely ideas, it was to use fresh waste from the city of Córdoba in a new location, and the old landfill of Potrero del Estado, Bower, in a southern place of the municipality of Córdoba, but outside the municipality in terms of jurisdiction.
Okay. And what are the reasons that finally the government chose not to approve this contract?
First of all, we are talking now of the Córdoba, because in the remaining case nothing happened really. Mm-hmm. In the case of Córdoba, there are two instances. One is the Secretary of the Environment of the province of Córdoba. This is the state, the provincial level. And the second one is the municipality of Córdoba. In the case of the government, the provincial government, the Secretary of the Environment, they never received an environmental impact assessment as most of the companies or initiatives present. Thus, Environ never had one authorization of the province of Córdoba. More than this, we never found a formal presentation in the province of Córdoba. That means that really they never had this kind of authorization. And In the case of the municipality of Córdoba, the main problem was that in the municipality, you need to take in account that the municipality of Córdoba has 24 per 24 kilometers of jurisdiction. This is the municipality. They needed to agree with other jurisdiction the location of a landfill and the plant. They first of all, they never had internal authorization, but even having internal authorization that never existed, they also needed another authorization from the new expected site for the landfill and eventually for the plant, but never, and I insist on this, Inbiron never formally presented environmental impact assessment as required by law to the province of Córdoba.
Okay. And when the government officials visited the U.S., what was the reaction when they spoke with Neil Williams, and what was the reaction of the places they visit? Did they find anything at all as far as more information? And was anything falsified on the claims by the company?
When they visited the state, it is not the same when you are visiting a country and eventual plants or facilities when you are traveling alone or when you are traveling with journalists and media. That is very interesting to know that most of the citizens were noticed about the trip. I think online, that the news traveled very, very quickly, and the general summary was that Inbiron never showed to the authorities and, of course, to the journalists that also traveled to the state. They never were in contact with the plans they proposed to be built in Córdoba. This is, I think, the most interesting thing that happened during and after the trip. That even this was the news in the newspaper that Inbiron never presented to the visitors proofs that they have plans like those. They were presented as projects in Argentina, even, and this was a matter of discussion in Córdoba, even when they presented, even publicly, they had an in-depth and long experiences in gasification facilities of the size they were presenting in Argentina. And it was absolutely clear for the authorities of the municipality and also for the media that were true in the state, that Inbiron never presented proof of real plants or real procedures for gasification at the scale they presented in Córdoba. Even one of the premises that has been visited is a factory that uses supposedly Inbiron's technology in a factory that produces carpets, and the process is used for the weight of this factory of carpets. And it's important also to know that in my city, in Córdoba, this fiasco of Inbiron was a very, very bad thing for the administration of the municipality, because a lot of people saw that something not totally clear was in the negotiation. If even in the states they never acceded to a factory of the kind they presented, that it was, a quite difficult situation for the administration of the municipality of Córdoba. It was not only a problem of not authorization, not environmental impact assessment. It was really a quite delicate, quite bad situation for the administration of the municipality at the time.
If there are any other questions, you can go ahead. Are there any other questions? We're going ahead and opening it up for questions if anybody has any. Raul, do you think there's anything else that you would like to add?
I think that I suggest to the people that face situations, this situation of Inbiron. If these people have possibilities, is to travel to Córdoba and really to see by themselves what happened during the Inbiron fiasco. I think that besides the technical figures or technical reports that we produced at the time, I think that the best way is to be in the site and to speak with, for example, the environmental authority of the municipality of Córdoba at the time, to speak with the mayor of the city of Bower, that he knows the proposal. He was noticed of the proposal through internet, because nobody from Inbiron consulted him. That I think I suggest this: if some administration or some organization are interested in obtaining in situ information, it's interesting to visit Córdoba and to see in the field, to see in our different levels of administration all this Inbiron fiasco, because it was not only a cost for the former authorities, it was also a high cost for the entire society, because I think that the administration and even NGOs have been trying to solve a situation, and after this fiasco, any kind of proposal is called or is suspected of a repetition of the Imbiron fiasco. For this, I think that you are now listening my technical opinion, because our chair at university and for now was very involved in this. But I think it's very important to be in the ground, to visit Cordova and to see not only the fiasco itself, but the cost that represent this kind of fiasco for future and serious proposals, not proposals like the proposal made by Imbiron.
Excellent. Well, if no one else has any questions, we can go ahead and sign off. I do want to thank you, Raul, very much for taking time out of your evening to speak with us. I heard your little ones in the background as we were speaking. So thank you so much again. And you will be available through email if anyone has any further questions that maybe they didn't ask today.
Okay, I will be available for email, even if you have the mailing list of interested people. You can send the summary you have in your computer, which is a summary of our reports on the fact of Imbiron in Cordova. That besides this document that is available for everybody. Everybody can contact us through our email, and even I can provide for these people which is interested contacts in the newspaper La Voz del Interior, particularly the journalists that traveled to the United States and come back to Argentina, and I also can produce contact with the mayor of Bower, and also to the people of Villa Maria. That there is a lot of people that can provide information. That's I'm available like a bridge for making for providing this contact if needed.
Thank you so much, Raul. And if anybody would like that information, my contact phone number was on the media advisory. And you can get a hold of me through that way. Again, this is Christy Leonard with Citizens of North Las Vegas United, and thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Gracias. I really appreciate all the good job you have been doing. I think it's very, very important. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Raul. I really appreciate you, speaking with us and giving us the opportunity to hear what happened in Argentina with regards to Environ and Neil Williams. We really appreciate it and hope that, of course, it will help our situation here in North Las Vegas. So thank you so much.
Thank you to you. And remember, we are available just in case you need. And
Excellent.
Have a nice day. Le mando un gran abrazo. Ciao.
Okay.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank you.